So dealing with turbulence, really fast blueprint. I think this is exactly it. A, just becoming aware of ourselves and where we're at mentally, where we're at physically, right? Emotionally. And then breathing, like doing the breath alchemy and allowing the waters to settle. Allowing the waters to settle is part 2. And that goes into becoming aware of what we are feeling and creating a loving space for that to exist and grow, amplify the feeling. So this is how we transmute. And these negative emotions or this turbulence that's inevitable gives birth to inspiration. It gives birth to inspired actions. Because all turbulence is a notification of like something that we're missing inside of ourselves, some way that we're hiding from ourselves, some way that we're not doing what we're called to do. That's where turbulence is coming from. So feel what you feel, right? Like think, like if you have a turbulent mind, like I get at night sometimes, you know, like I need to lay there.
Yeah.
And like I'll have like great idea after great idea after great idea. And I was noticing last night, I was like laying down and I was breathing. And I was noticing that like I would have like 5-10 minutes of really deep meditation just with my breath. Like very like, and then I don't even know how. I don't even know where the transition point happened, but then it'd be like, also I'd be getting like thinking about an idea, right? And I'm still like intentionally breathing, right? But all of a sudden, like a minute later, my breath is way faster. My heart rate has like doubled. And it's because of the excitement and the energy attached to a thought, right? And it's being able to observe relationships without reacting nor attaching. To be able to see a thought flow through without attaching to it, without entertaining it, right? But watching it. And the key to this is realizing that you are power, that you are wisdom, that thoughts, they're coming from you. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's always going to be another thought. There's always going to be another bus. And there's always going to be another emotion, right? And realizing that our thoughts and our emotions are tools, but they're not the truth. Our emotions always lie and our thoughts always lie to some degree.
Yeah.
Right? It's not the truth. And realizing like, yeah, just realizing like where they're sourcing from, but ultimately dealing with the turbulence, like, and becoming unturbulent, which is the key to inspiration. Sit with it. Allow the waters to settle. Create a loving space to feel what you feel. Like being friendly with that sinking feeling in your gut. Being friendly with the fact that, wow, I haven't even realized that I hurt a lot of people back home when I burned all my bridges. Like I haven't even thought about it. My psyche hasn't touched it. Mm-hmm. It's been a source of mad turbulence probably, right? And this is where the knowledge of self comes in. Is like discovering like, wow, this is actually a source of a lot of turbulence in my life and getting to a deeper cause. That's what philosophy is. Identifying the prime causes. And essentially what we can do is create a loving space to feel what is, to feel that out, right? Amplify it and don't attach to it. Observe the relationship. We allow thyself to be crooked in order to become straight. We allow thyself to be partial in order to become whole. That's the Tao Te Ching. And that's the same with turbulence. So essentially when we do that with our thoughts, like at night, when I'm meditating, right? And I like finally like just be. I'm done. I don't need any of these thoughts. I'm going to have about 2.9 billion more that are just as fucking amazing, right? Like tomorrow. You know, I don't need all this. I don't need to do anything. Like, and my spirit loves when I get inspired to do something. Like, it's like it's my drug. It's my addiction. And whenever I hit a state of finally like surrendering to everything, just being like, you know what, I'm laying it down. I'm just going to be. Like, I don't care about a single thought that rolls through my mind. When I get to that point, the real thoughts arise. The thoughts of like, dude, I never really marinated in that last event I went to after it and concluded things, right? Conclude things with people, like reached out to the people that I wanted to follow up with, write a letter and a thank you letter to someone. Like, I didn't do that because right after the event, I just went into the next ring of turbulence, the next cycle of turbulence, right? Without ever just releasing everything, tapping into the natural harmonic of earth and watching the true thoughts arise. And the true thoughts arise is going to be like, Yeah, I wrote it down to myself last night. Like, I gotta call my mom for no other reason, just to talk to her. It would make our relationship way better, you know? Like, you came to me with a true thought the other day. It's like, I gotta write a letter to my dad kind of thing. And yeah, like that kind of stuff comes up. The true thoughts come up. It's like, wow, it's really crazy. We don't need notes. We don't necessarily need notes. I like writing things down. I love that shit. But like, true thoughts will arise every time we access the state for true thoughts to exist in. It's really nuts. So like, I had the idea for Reality Files 500,000 times before I started the channel. And I love Letters from a Stoic, Seneca, book 16, or maybe book 6. But it talks about any thought that appears on the horizon repeatedly. You best believe that it's within your nature to strive that way. And I love that, but I'm going to have to like add an addition to that. Is any thoughts that repeatedly appear on the horizon whenever you enter a true state, those are the way to the fastest manifestations, the fastest karmic clearing in your life, the fastest alignment with your abundance, with your truth, with your raw expression, is when we allow the real thoughts, the authentic thoughts to surface and act on them. And those thoughts are usually like mundane, A, boring, B, like hard, C. And it's like, it's not as entertaining. It's not as fun as, you know, like flipping on the video, making a video. Like, it's not as fun to like have to write a letter to my dad than write an ebook. You know what I mean? But doing that is going to like, man, the karmic shit clears, the peace opens. Like, that's how life transforms the fastest way, is acting on the true thoughts. And true thoughts only arise when we can finally let go and transmute the turbulence. Most people never even realize they are turbulent though. They don't even know what centeredness is. They don't even know what connection to the spirit of the hour is. And yeah, turbulence gives birth to inspiration. Last note on turbulence was holding our power. Holding our power. Turbulence creates a state where we're leaking energy. We are no longer clear. We are no longer intentional on what we're doing right now. Why the fuck are you here, kind of thing. Why are you showing up right now? How are you showing up right now? Turbulence takes that away. And also, if we move in turbulence, we are moving from a source of reaction. But if we move from intentional clarity, doing the breath alchemy, we move from a place of consciousness. Do you want me to repeat that? Yeah. If we move from a place of turbulence, yeah, we leak energy, and we're moving like... Moving from a source of... We're moving from a source of distraction. Of distraction. Of reaction to distraction. Reaction. Yeah. Reaction to distraction. Distraction. And that's the fastest way to let someone else drive your bus. Let's drive our own bus. Let's be the owners. Let's be the intentional bus drivers out here. Yeah. Right? But driving our own bus means kicking turbulence in the face. And also the opposite side of turbulence would be like restlessness, like being bored and just wanting something, wanting to consume something. You know, that restlessness, moving on restlessness and moving on turbulence is the fastest way to leak energy and lose yourself. Hands down. Yep. And essentially like, moving on turbulence is moving from a source of reaction, but moving from an intentional, clear place that's connected is moving from the source of the self. Moving from the source of the self is the fastest way to become the source of the self, to be in your sovereignty, right? To like create the alignment and the abundance in your life. Because it's true actions. Those bear the fruits. The true actions. The true thoughts. And then from there, just do like ... into breath alchemy kind of thing. Like that.
Breath alchemy. Yeah.
Then it'll be the breath alchemy blueprint. Hell yeah, that was a quick one for all of my Patreons out there. Me and my girlfriend writing an ebook on inspired action.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Drop that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you thought. Peace. Also, get a Skype session with me sometime. Let's talk one.